Hello, everyone. Welcome to our August Proofed update here at Select Sires. I'm Herby Lutz. I'm joined with Marc Bolen today again to bring you this Jersey update. Marc, pretty good proof run this week. Everything seemed to be pretty stable.
Yeah, and I mean, bulls that we graduated in April held very well, and I think we got some new additions to the August proof run that we are pretty excited about, and a little diversity across the board.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. We graduated, I believe, 5 bulls in April and 6 bulls this week. 11 new proven bulls to join the graduates at Select Sires. And for the industry, that's a large number in 2 proof runs, Marc. Probably the most we've ever done in 2 proof runs.
I don't know if we've done that much in a year, like recently, but yeah.
It was a good few years ago we had 5 in 1 proof run, but yeah, I mean, that's a lot of new proven graduates that we're going to get to talk about today. Proofs were pretty stable overall. I think if you look, CDCB reported cheese merit was down 5 cheese merit points in the Jersey breed is what I saw. So not a lot of change, Marc.
No, and like I said, just steady diversity, hold, a lot of sire fathers that we have released in the last 2 proof runs, so our young bulls are holding steady as well.
You know, we have a very talented communications team at Select Sires, and I'm really excited about the directory that went live yesterday afternoon. This cover, Skylar put this together, and Leslie's team all works hard at doing this, and I'm just really excited to talk about these new graduates with this group of daughters here. Tucker's pictured on the cover. And Marc, you want to talk a little bit about the insert cow?
Yeah, the cow at the top of the page would be a Candyman that was pictured in Canada. Just, I think, represents what this bull can do, and we will talk a little more about that bull specifically later.
But I just really think this shows what Select Sires is about. We have something for a lot of different markets, Marc. As we go through this PowerPoint today, and if you have questions, please ask them in the chat comments over on the side. We'll try to get them answered live, or if you have them and you're watching this as it's recorded and placed on Facebook and on the YouTube channel, I believe, make sure you reach out to us. And if you have some questions, we'd love to get back in touch with you and have some comment on some of these bulls. But Marc, pretty good day when you look at some of the sorts that are on the inside of the sire directory this time.
And yeah, I'd like to also point out that seems like every proof run, we got to change these numbers. And I mean, when I say change, I mean they don't go down. So that means I think we're making progress proof by proof, the new bulls that we're releasing, whether it be proven or genomic. But I think a very interesting point is we have 52 young bulls over 140 JPI. That's just outstanding, I think. And like I said, diversity is key, and that's what these bulls are. But we talk about HHP, $700 or 700 HHP dollars for young bulls, 550 for proven, and 27 and 11. I think it's a pretty good group. I mean, 11 of our proven ranking bulls out of, I think, 24 that we have in our proven lineup are over 550 HHP. So a diverse group, balanced group, and I think a group that can do a lot of things for any breeder, no matter what your goals are.
Yeah, Marc, and that 100 JPI for proven bulls, you know, there's not a lot of difference, and you know what you're getting when you're using proven bulls. So a lot of opportunity for breeders around the world to make progress.
Then we're looking at daughter fertility. DPR seems to be a thing in the Jersey breed, and I mean, these criteria might not be extreme and high, but it's what the breed is. I mean, 7 proven bulls over half a point of DPR and 17 over 0.7 for young bulls. But we're making strides in this mastitis resistance pro. Those numbers keep going up every time, honestly. 11 proven bulls that qualify for this designation and 18 young bulls. So I think something we've watched closely, and we are going to continue to look at going forward.
Yeah, that number's really increased since we've been tracking this mastitis resistance pro, Marc. We're definitely making progress on it. Going to jump right into our new graduates. We mentioned in the intro that we had 6 New Jersey graduates. And Marc, I'm going to let you take the lead on the highest ranking one.
Well, I think this bull needs no introduction. 7JE 1816 Tucker, the Daniels son from the World Cup down at Steve Rowley's in Mississippi. I don't know what else you could say, but these cows or these daughters of this bull are about as uniform as you can get. They got awesome udders. Their dairy frames got plenty of strength. And this bull hits the rankings at the number 7 spot for JPI at 143. He's number 6 for cheese merit at 711. Number 6 net merit and number 5 for productive life. Just a bull that I think everyone has known about, and he's now hit the proven rankings. Got daughters in his production proof and type proof. He's 12 on JUI. Just a bull that I think we're going to see a lot more to come from as we get more daughter data. But the first results we've seen, these pictures explain for themselves. They're dairy, they're good uddered, they're balanced. They're about as complete as I think I've seen a set of daughters so far.
Yeah, Mark, I believe his first 10 daughters were all very good. Might have been more than that, but that's the first 10 I knew about. That's a pretty good start for a young bull, and we sure did like the daughters when we were out at Victory and saw that group of them and took these pictures. I mean, just tremendous will to milk kind of cows with beautiful udders.
And do it easily. I mean, these cows milk down to nothing too. It's amazing how they look here, but then you go watch them milked out and they're just milked out all qualities completely through and through.
I agree, Mark. The second bull is the number 9 JPI bull in the breed in Renfro. He's a Dashel son. Won't be a lot of those that graduate into active AI. He is from the SSI program from a dam. Mark, I believe you bought her for us, didn't you?
Yep, I think we did.
I thought so. From there at Pine Tree in Ohio. Goes back to a cow David Allen had. Great cow family. A bull that comes in 0.23 on fat percent, 77 pounds of fat, 0.10 on protein, 42 pound of protein, 119 CFP, over 900 DWP. A bull that's got 148 daughters and 30 herds and 73 daughters scored already. And Mark, you took this picture down at Avalanche. I was with you on the one at Victory, but just open rib dairy cows that have nice udders.
Yeah, and I don't want to point out a bad trait, but he's -4 in JUI. But the daughters I've seen kind of don't follow that pattern, in my opinion. But I think they're better uddered than what his JUI leads on to be.
Yeah, and he's a bull that carries several of those designations: Graze Pro, Feed Pro. Just a bull that we're happy to see graduate A2.
The next bull we're going to talk about is 7JE 1814 Dimitri P. The Kiowa son. Kiowa being in our proven lineup right now, out of a got made, and then Commissioner Didi, I believe it is. Sorry, but hits the proven rankings at the number 13 JPI bull amongst all proven bulls, but the number 1 pulled proven JPI bull in the breed. He's number 8 for cheese merit at 679. Number 8 for net merit. The bull's over 500 pounds of milk, 110 CFP, but look at the percents: 0.21 fat, 0.09 protein, low somatic cell at 282, 13.3 JUI, and I really think that JUI shows in these two daughters. They've been really youthful, uddered, veins crawling all over them, really dairy cows, but over 1,000 DWP at 1,001, wellness trait dollars at 179, and 97 on calf wellness. A2BB from our partners at Jersey Land Sires, but just a bull that I think adds a lot of genetic value in the pulled program and just proven rankings, period.
Yeah, and he carries that mastitis resistance pro designation. And I'm with you. They're not tall cows, but man, they got beautiful udders. The next bull I'm going to talk about next is Burrowworks P. He's from Jersey Boys. 14J 1810 comes in at 121 JPI. On the big list, he's 29th for JPI, but he's a number 3 pole bull in the breed. He's 9th for rear udder height. A bull that does a lot of things right. Talked to Tim Baumgardner, and he just really likes these daughters out at Jersey Boys. Sees the fat and protein, 0.27 on the fat test, 0.09 on the protein, really sees them that way. Yeah, he's only 81 pounds of milk, but he brings 84 pounds of CFP. So you're sending a very dense product out the driveway. He's a bull that is 15.6 on JUI. And Tim was nice enough to go out and snap some of these pictures for us the day after proofs, because we didn't have any daughter pictures, Mark, and really excited about the udders on these young cows. I think he's got a lot of upswing to him.
Yeah, and I'd also like to point out he's 3.7 SCR. I mean, he will get cows pregnant, carries that elite sex fertility designation, or fertility pro, mastitis resistance pro. Just a nice addition to our accelerated lineup in the proven rankings.
Yeah, nice graduate into our accelerated product line.
The next bull that graduates into our Generations product line, or Select Sires Canada, is 250J 1793 Candyman. He graduates into the showcase lineup, also mastitis resistance pro. Just one daughter pictured, and this is a side shot that you've seen of the cow that was on the cover with her grazing shot, but a chrome sun from the Torpedo out of the Premier Cinema, then back to Circus and all those. But the number 5 JUI bull in the breed at 30 JPI, positive production on a type proof that's just really hard to find. 18.8 JUI, positive on the mastitis at 0.2 and 101 for mastitis and zoetis, A2. I think early daughters are showing up more and more, but I'm just excited to see these girls getting into the fall as we see more as we walk these herds, and maybe even at some shows that we got coming up.
You know, Mark, when I put this together, I put that heifer up there because that's what we knew. We liked the heifers, and this bull's well proven. But when you get this picture of that cow with that head down shot, she's pretty impressive, I believe.
Yep, and that's why she was on the cover.
I didn't hold the picture back, even though we used it on the cover. I just thought this cow really does a lot of things great. Mark, we had another showcase bull graduate. Why don't you tell us about Reckless?
Yeah, so this is the crazed son from Flawless at Casbergen's out there in California. Obviously, then the verbatim behind that. But a bull that I haven't seen too many daughters on. I've seen some at the California show in the spring, but a couple of them I really, really liked. They had strength, width, really, really good udders, and this one's pictured here. But a bull that graduated into our showcase program, number 5 for udder depth, number 4 for udder, or 4 udder attachment, or number 9 for forward attachment, and number 4 for foot angle. Mastitis is resistance pro, 16.7 JUI. I think we're going to see more of these as fall comes around, but I think an exciting graduate into our showcase lineup in Reckless.
Yeah, he's a nice addition. Flawless, a great cow that won lots of shows. So it's nice to have these 2 showcase bulls to add. We haven't added one of those lately, Mark. Talk about some more proven bulls as we move through. We had some bulls that had nice days. There's some bulls that rank high, and just want to bring your attention to some of them that are outliers. The first one we're going to talk about is Thrasher. He continues to be the number 1 JPI bull in the breed. He is from our partnership with Jerseyland Sires. He's a number 2 cheese merit bull, number 2 net merit, 198 JPI. He did come back just a little on production. He's 1894. But Mark, he went up to 2.0 on DPR, so he's trending in the right direction as the daughter data comes in. They are very strong. He's the number 1 strength bull, and you're getting all this production, and he's still the number 6 livability bull in the breed. And I've just loved the daughters, Mark. You and I have both commented on them. They're super width. We've seen them second lactation now. Doesn't matter where they are. People just really seem to like them and want to use more of him.
Yeah, I think he's a breed changer for sure, and he's done it 2 proof runs in a row, and I don't see that coming down anytime soon based off of what we've seen these daughters calving in second lactation. They just continue to impress. Like Herby said, awesome strength, will to live, and that livability, and just see nothing that this bull can't really honestly do.
And he's a bull with a high DWP dollar ranking at 1069. And he's got 1,800 daughters in his type proof, over 4,600 in his production proof. So very well proven and has stood the test of time and done really well. Super happy. You'll see a lot of Thrasher sons when we move through the genomic section. Mark, why don't you tell us about Chatham?
Yep, so 7JE 1789 Chatham comes in at the number 2 JPI slot. He would be the number 1 cheese merit bull in the breed. from our Jersey Land partners, the Primus program. A bull that we graduated in April and held well. He's now over 2,000 pounds of milk at 2030 and 130 CFP, 79 of fat, 51 of protein. Just a bull that's, like I said, does it all. 7.6 JUI, 980 or 968 DWP, nearly 900 HHP. But like I said, the production just went up. He's a number 6 bull for production, number 2 for protein, number 6 for fat, and the number 2 productive life bull at 7.0. We've seen more daughters since April. They've really started to stand out a little more as we get on and see more daughters, but I think these 3 exemplify what this bull can do.
They're just super nice cows. I think he's a bull that has been missed a little with Thrasher out there. He's got 300 daughters in his proof, over 100 scored already. And he has just done things right and continued to climb. I think you'll see sons out of him coming along pretty quickly. Next bull I'm going to talk about is Castro. He's a Craze son in our accelerated genetics product line, out of a Mackenzie, then a Marvel. A bull that's been around for a while now, but now he's over 200 daughters scored with a 10.2 JUI, over 650 daughters in his production proof, 1,170 of milk, a bull that's 723 DWP. He's A2. Marc, it took us a little while to get some pictures on this guy, but number 10 livability bull as he's moved through and the daughters have calved in now. He's just doing things right, and I think he's been missed in the marketplace.
Yeah, and fertility is key, and he's won it for SCR. But like Herby said, we didn't have any daughter photos to begin with, and it took a little while. But the more we see him, the more we like him. These 2 both very good 85 scored. I think we're just going to see more and more as time goes on and see this bull kind of creep up. I think this bull was our biggest jump for JPI, Herby, at 13, correct?
Yep. Highest increase bull we had this time. And from what we've seen when we go out on these picture trips, Marc, I can really believe it.
Yep. And just from April to now, I mean, it really showed, and it didn't surprise me that he did go up.
Nope. Well, Marc, tell us about a bull that graduated last time in Navidad that I believe you purchased.
Yep. So Navidad is the Chrome Sun from World Cup Delia at Pine Tree. That's now 93. I believe this bull is the number 1 protein bull in the breed at 74 pounds of protein. Number 2 for CFP at 162, and the number 3 milk bull at 2077. This bull's just continues to make daughters that produce big flow. 128 JPI, 646 cheese. Just a bull that I think what Chrome can do. The udders on these cows have been really surprising, I guess, from what the JUI shows, but just continues to impress us. I mean, 747 DWP. They're tall. They've got dairy form. Just all around good cows with lots and lots of production.
Well, and you see he's already got 957 daughters in his production proof and 382 scored, Marc. This bull's got a lot of data at a very short amount of time. Kestrel P will be the next bull I'm going to talk about. He's from our partners at Jersey Land and Primus. He is the Comanche son. 27.75 for milk. Number 1 milk bull in the breed. Number 4 for pounds of protein at 66 pounds of protein. He's the number 2 JPI bull on the pole side at 122. This bull, Marc, there's no doubt about how wet they are. They milk. 27.75 is real. We've seen it since they were 2-year-olds, fresh the second time. They've matured really well. Udders are still at the same place, and they continue to be wet. So a bull and he's a great fertility bull. Carries that designation at the top of the page on his sex semen, and you see his SCR at 2.6. So a bull we just wanted to bring back because of how he does rank at the top of the lists.
Yeah, and you said he's the number 1 bull for production or milk flow, but I would say he's number 1 bull by 600 pounds.
Yeah.
So there's quite a gap between him and the second bull in the milk charts, but just continues to impress, and they're the real deal.
Tell us about Star-Lord.
So we talked about this bull, and we were thinking, he's pretty good international success story because this bull seems to hit a lot of international markets. But this is 7JE 1726 Star Lord from the Primus or Jersey Land program. He's the number 7 livability bull at 3.1 and number 6 for productive life at 5'8". 120 JPI and 565 cheese. He hangs in there, but he's got almost 2,400 daughters in his production proof, over 550 in his type proof, and with a 10.8 JUI. These daughters are continuing to impress. A2 plus percents, just a real bull that I think can get used domestically, internationally. Fits that grazing pro market up there at the top of the page, mastitis resistance pro, feed pro. So just a bull that kind of does a little bit of everything and can fit into anyone's breeding program.
Yeah, and he carries those graze pro, mastitis resistance pro. I just think he's a bull that's built for certain markets and a bull that has had success. And you see daughter photos from around the world on Facebook that you just really like to see, Mark.
Yep, and I think you've seen some in South Africa that you really liked?
I did. I liked him in South Africa as well. I'm going to talk about Victorious next, a showcase bull from River Valley, a Barnabas son out of the Ayatollah that's 94 points, a bull that doesn't need any introduction. He sold a lot of semen, got almost $1,500 in his type proof in the U.S. He's 20.5 for JUI, so he's a number 3 JUI bull in the breed in the U.S., number 3 for teat placement, number 8 for type at 1.9. But I thought it was really neat, Mark. Friends at Select Sires Canada had this graphic on their Facebook page the other day, and it really hit home with me. He has over $400 up there now, and he's the number 1 confirmation sire and the number 1 mammary sire in Canada, Mark. And you can believe why. You see those 3 daughters there cut out with that number 1 logo. And I just thought it was really neat to talk about him. He's great SCR. His sex semen's very fertile. And when he makes daughters like this, Mark, it's pretty easy to get excited.
Yep, and I think every year there's a new young cow sired by Victorious that everyone's looking at the center of the ring at the end of the day. But it just seems like they just keep calving and they just get better and they just keep coming. So I can fully believe why he's number 1 in Canada. I think he's got, I can't see it now on the screen, but I think he's got almost 1,400 daughters scored in the U.S. So that JUI at over 20 is true. I mean,
yeah, he's been around, stood the test of time, and we're certainly glad to have him. We're going to move into some genomic Jersey highlights now from August. Pretty excited about some of the young bulls we have to talk about today. It's a very diverse group, a lot of different sires. There are a lot of thrashers. You'll see that as we go through. But Mark, why don't you start with a thrasher son in Callan?
Yeah, I think this bull's been pretty popular of late since Thrasher just continues to impress. But this is Callan, the Thrasher out of the 4-net that's pictured there at the right of your page from the Jersey Land and Primus program. This bull is the number 1 HHP bull in the breed at 940. He's number 11 for JPI at 175. 7.1 productive life puts him at number 6, and he's 3.3 livability, which puts him at number 8. Over 1,400 pounds of milk, 90 CFP, 282 cells, 742 cheese, almost 12 JUI for a thrasher son. So it's really, really impressive there. It's over 1,000 DWP, A2, positive SCR. Look at all the designations at the top of the page. Just a bull that I think continues to get recognition and ones that we are excited about going forward.
I'm going to talk about Seismic PP next. He's the Dimitri P son, and if you've been looking at preliminary genomics and the ones that are getting officials now, he is really making a stamp and moving the breed, Mark. He is from Alum Farms Partnership. He's a bull that is tied for number 7 on the genomic JPI list. He's number 10 for cheese merit. He's number 3 for JUI, number 4 for fore udder, number 7 for udder depth. He's a number 2 polled bull, and he's homozygous polled. He is PP. His dam pictured there. We saw her this spring, Mark. Beautiful cow again, udder above the hock. Is second calf or third calf? I can't even remember.
Second calf. Second calf. I don't think she was that fresh when we were there. But yeah, this was taken after that. But she's second calf, I believe.
Okay. And she's this bull's 108 CFP, and we got some pictures. The team up at Accelerated Genetics and Westby got these for us. And Mickey, just a great job with this bull. I just think he's really cut right, and he's making some really high ones. He's going to be one you hear about, 1154 DWP dollars.
Yeah, and we talked about Thrasher. This bull has no Thrasher in his pedigree, so very, very diverse. And to add PP on top of it, you're going to get pulled offspring from him.
Pretty excited to have this bull, and now we're getting these sons coming through that are ranking high as well. Tell us about Monster, Mark.
So we've talked about it before. This Thrasher son, known as Monster, is the number one JPI pulled bull in the breed. He's tied for number 7 JPI overall at 177 JPI. Over 1,100 pounds of milk on 143 CFP and plus percents. 759 cheese merit, 851 HHP, positive DPR, Thrasher son. Of course, you would expect that, but 1,084 DWP, 146 on the wellness traits, A2, positive SCR, does a lot of things right, grazing pro, robot pro, feed pro, a bull that we continue to see increase as Thrasher does, but a bull that I think we're excited about just continuing this pulled stride that we have made.
Yeah, and Ryan Junio family out in Pixley, California, where he was bred, just a super herd of cows. And it's great to see them have this success, and a bull that's making some really high pole sons for us now as well, Mark.
Yep. Just really, really excited about the pulled lineup we have and what we got coming that's hitting the ground every day.
It's pretty interesting. I'm going to talk about Callan's full brother, Crispin, in the accelerated product line. He's 166 JPI, so he's a top 30 bull. He's a bull that comes in at 2.2 DPR, carries some nice designations at the top of the page, over 1,000 pounds of DWP dollar, or 1,015 DWP dollars. He's a bull that is out of the 4-net pictured at the top, but a bull that doesn't have enough services to be able to utilize the elite sex fertility part of it, but just a bull that has really settled well when you look at the in-house data, Mark. So a bull that we wanted to highlight today as an opportunity for you. Mark, tell us about our sire father that just got released.
Yeah, so no bull that we had released recently is this Tucker son named Cord from a Thrasher that's, I believe, second calf. We had evaluators conference or trusted advisors conference, and everyone's seen her second calf, and she's impressive. Very, very well attached udder, youthful udder, veins curling all over it. Just a really, really impressive cow herself. But from our Land and Primus program out in California, but 181 JPI puts him at number 4. 1,266 pounds of milk and over 100 CFP. He's the number 8 productive life bull in the breed at 6.9, 815 cheese, 822 HHP, 1.5 DPR, and almost 15 JUI. Just a bull that I think does a lot of things right. Being a Tucker son, he benefited from Tucker making the proven ranks this time. But a bull that I think I'm excited about going forward to see the sons and that we can create out of this bull.
Yeah, we're pretty excited to have him in the lineup. I'm going to talk about another sire father, a Stony son named Dynastar from out at Valsigna. He's 161 JPI, 815 HHP dollars, 953 DWP. A bull that's 119 CFP plus 5.8 on JUI. A bull that's just shy of 800 cheese merit. Does a lot of things right. Don't have a lot of Stony sons. This Stony out of a Thrasher and out of a Steve, just really a bull that I think hits a lot of boxes when you're looking for a different sire stack.
Yeah, and like you said, we don't have many Stony sons, so it would be kind of unique to have this one in our lineup. The next bull we're going to talk about is a bull that Herby and I have been trying to want to push. This bull I think needs to sell, and there's many reasons why you would want to buy this bull. It's 7JE 1933 Ls. Thrasher from Pogba Suzanne, pictured there on the right from Victory in South Dakota. 164 JPI, 672 cheese, over 800 HHP. But look at the production: 1154 milk, 70 of fat, 61 of protein. That gives you 131 CFP, 3.3 productive life, positive DPR, positive JUI, A2A2. Just, I think this bull is a very balanced bull from a great cow there in Pogba Suzanne. Just, we don't know why this bull won't sell. We think he should. I think he's getting really, really missed in this market. He's about as balanced as you can find him. So I think a bull that we wanted to bring to everyone's attention, and we will continue to do that.
Yep, I agree. Just a lot of CFP, a lot of things you like on this guy. I'm going to talk about a Watkins son next. It's out of the Fournette that we've talked about before, out of the Lemonhead. Goes back to Circus, of course, the C family. But this bull, Cabal, 158 JPI, 1,026 DWP dollars, 753 cheese merit. He's a bull that's almost 900 pounds of milk, but he's the #1 productive life bull in the breed market, 9.0, and it's not close. It's 7.2, 7.3 for #2. I mean, he went up a bunch this time on his productive life, 12.5 on JUI. This bull has all the designations at the top of the page, and a bull that we used as a sire father. I just think there's a lot of opportunity. Watkins was a bull that only made a little bit of semen, never got sampled. Well, he got sampled because we made calves out of him, but he didn't get used in the general population. But he's getting a proof now, and everything's looking great on him, but he's not a household name, which I think is good for some herds to use this bull in the future.
Yep, I think this bull brings a lot of diversity to the Jersey breed, and not having any Thrasher or Tucker or any of that in it.
I agree, Mark. Just a bull that's super exciting. Looking forward to seeing what he can do out there.
The next bull we're going to talk about is a new release and Clever. The Goot son from the Viceroy, pictured at the right of your page from the Primus program, Jersey Land Sires. He's the #13 JPI bull at 172. HR pedigree, I'd like to emphasize that. He has no JX in his pedigree from top to bottom at all. He's about as pure as you're going to get. He's 668 of milk and 103 CFP on plus percents, 735 cheese, almost 800 HHP, low cell, 1.5 DPR, over 11 JUI, 1064 for DWP, 192 for wellness trait dollars. A bull that I think does a lot of things right, and being with have no JX in his pedigree, I think is just that much more unique. And I think the Jersey breed will find this bull, and I think he'll be a good one.
I'm excited about this bull being HR, and I right at the top of the list. So you're not giving up anything. It's a great way to go. The next bull we're going to talk about is Clemente, an all-can out of a Thrasher, out of a Fournette. And Clemente just got released. Another bull we used as a sire father. He's available sexed only. 888 of milk, 155 JPI, 944 DWP, over 750 HHP dollars. And just a little different being an all-can son, Mark. A bull that's A2. Most of these bulls are that you're seeing. And 2.5 on DPR. Just right at 6 on productive life. Got those health traits that we're looking for. And Mark, you're going to talk about his brother.
Yep, his full brother in Cabrera, and also the all-can son. 163 JPI, over 700 cheese, over 700 HHP, over 6 on JUI, but 1,138 pounds of milk, plus percents, 108 CFP, 19 DPR. I think they just kind of balanced bull all the way through, kind of different pedigree with being an all-can, but two full brothers that I think we have high hopes for going forward.
Most definitely. We're going to talk about Dabo P just a minute, 7J 1930. Mark, it's the first time you can get the bull in conventional form. He is out of the 93-point disco, pictured there on the right, from Buster and Beverly Golf down in Hobbs, New Mexico. He's a bull that has sons coming along now, and a bull that's done a lot for the breed. A bull that's right at $850 a milk, $950 DWP dollars, $736 HHP. Just a real balanced option that we wanted you to be able to see, that he's now available in conventional form.
Another bull that we want to talk about is Jake, this Navidad son, at 147 JPI, 655 cheese, over 700 HHP, but 686 of milk and 102 CFP, positive DPR, positive JUI, just another son of the disco there at the picture, or pictured on the right of your screen, that we really wanted to bring to your attention.
Yeah, super good cow. The next bull I'm going to talk about is Getapy from out at Wickstrom's. Brent likes to give names that I have a hard time with. But anyway, he's a Gold P son that's 161 JPI, 950 for milk, a bull that's 943 DWP dollars. And you see he's polled. He's the number 3 JPI polled young bull in the breed. And I just think it's a pretty neat pedigree. We've used him as a sire father, 106 on his Zoetis mastitis. And good calf livability, calf wellness dollars of 61. We don't talk about that enough. But a pole bull, the goals are starting to calve. Tim Baumgardner out at Jersey Boys was talking to me, told me he likes the first ones fresh there. Look forward to seeing some of those in my travels this fall. But just a bull that I think checks a lot of boxes and adds to what Marc was talking about of our pole lineup that we're so excited to have at Select Sires.
The next bull we're going to talk about is Yardage. Goot's son from a Jiggy, and then a Molar. So very different pedigree, as we've mentioned before. Different pedigree, no thrasher. Comes in at 158 JPI, 750 cheese merit dollars, 614 of milk, over 100 CFP on plus percents, positive 0.6 mastitis, and 111 on the Zoetis mastitis. Easy to see why this bull has got that mastitis resistance pro logo at the top of the page. 5.5 JUI, almost 1100 DWP. Just a different sire stack of a bull that ranks well, production, type, fertility, health traits, all the above. Just a balanced bull, and I think he will do a lot of good things going forward.
I agree, Marc, and I see a comment. Daniel Brazil said he had a 7J 1965 daughter, test 588 net merit and 150 JPI. Marc, you know I'm a big Blizzard fan. That's who that is, because he's a Pine son. We're huge fans of Pine and everything to do with Blizzard. We've seen some nice Blizzard genomic tested daughters out there. So glad you shouted out about him. Glad to see him doing well. We didn't include him today, not because he had a bad day, not because of any reason, just we have a lot of bulls to talk about and a lot of new ones. And Marc, Vince Weber says that Els is getting used in Arizona. So we're certainly glad that Vince found the bull and is getting him used in those herds out there. I'm going to talk about Vince. Happy P next. He's another gold son, another pole bull. He'd be the number 10 pole bull in the breed for JPI at 148, but he's 114 CFP. Bull that's 727 cheese merit. A bull that has a nice productive life at 5.6. Great DWP dollars at 1,053. And a bull that's 100 calf wellness dollars, plus on calf livability of 110, calf respiratory of 110, and calf scours of 102. His granddam is the Craze at the bottom of the page. His Steve Dam was a nice cow as well. Just a bull that I think adds to that pole lineup that Marc and I have talked about today.
The next bull that we want to talk about that was released since April is Your Turn from the Dutch Hollow, the Chittenden family in New York. He's a Tucker from a Steve and then a Pharaoh, so a little bit different sire stack having Pharaoh back in there. But he comes in at 155 JPI, almost 720 cheese merit dollars. He's 959 of milk, over 107 or at 107 CFP, almost 5 productive life, 13.6 JUI. Just a bull that we wanted to bring to your attention from a great herd at the Chittendens and Dutch Hollow in New York. Just one of the highlights that we've released since April, and we wanted to bring to your attention.
Yeah, it's great to see these master breeder herds still contributing. And a great family there at Dutch Holla, and with the next generation coming in as well. So expect them to be around for a long time in the future, Mark. Hilton's the next bull I'm going to talk about. He's a Corsair son out of a Triumph, out of the 93-point disco, dam of Dabo and Jake. This bull is in our Select Sires Canada lineup, the 550. He is also 146 JPI. He's a bull that's over 2,100 for LPI, which is why we put him in the Canada lineup. But 1451 of milk, 108 CFP, a bull that's 12.9 on his JUI, nice bar chart to the right, just shy of 800 on his DWP dollars. A bull that just does a lot of things right, continuing that legacy from that 93-point disco.
So I think we're going to talk about three brothers, the next three bulls that we're going to talk about, Herby. But the first one we're going to talk about is First Cut. He's a hole-in-one son from the 93-point Fearless at Dupat, the Wickstrom family out in California. Not extreme JPI, but a pedigree that I think really has caught a lot of attention. A bull that has sold very well for us. 109 JPI, almost 900 pounds of milk, plus percents. Just a bull that you really love the bar chart of. Most of them to the right. They have strength. They have width. Expect the udders to be very, very outstanding. But a hole-in-one out of a 93-point cow with that much rank still is impressive from our Jersey Land partners. But just one of the brothers that we're going to highlight here. I think, Herby, you have the next one.
I do. I have Fear Not. He was an All-American Syndicate bull. He's by Goots, the Danish sire. He's a bull that's 136 JPI, 709 DWP. And Mark, when you talk about having three generations milking at Dupat when these bulls came in this genomic age, it's great to see the depth of pedigree and the livability that these animals had in the production herd and a large herd in California. So that's what makes them a little unique. And First Cut, yeah, he's selling great. Fear Not's just got out, but another great option, 8.3 JUI. And Mark, one we don't even have as active that I think needs to be brought to people's attentions.
And he is the highest one of them all. At 145 JPI, this Thrasher son out of that 93-point Fearless is named Zed. Almost 1,000 pounds of milk, 87 CFP, 3.3 DPR. A bull that we probably should have added to our lineup this time, but we wanted to bring to your attention.
He has semen available, so if you order it, you can get it.
Yeah, he's just not in our directory or active lineup, but a bull that we didn't want to miss. Letting you guys know about just the highest brother of the three, all three by different sires, this one by Thrasher. Production, fertility, positive JUI, just I think an outstanding bull to go along with the two brothers that we just talked about.
And there's a fourth one in isolation right now, so by a different bull. So it's a cow family we really believe in. So we wanted to bring you all three of those brothers. Mark, I get to talk about Big Red. He's the Bancroft out of the 93-point Lexicon, pictured on the right of your page. You know she's done great things. She's been at the top of the dance at a lot of big shows. And this bull, 59 JPI, not the highest, but he carries that showcase designation at the top of the page. He's still a bull that's plus for most all of his traits, which is awesome when you're talking about showcase bulls. And he does some things right, 15.6 on JUI. Just a big opportunity and a bull that's starting to find his way in the market. And I think people are going to be really happy. He had a full sister that was one of the top sellers in the pot of gold sale last year at Louisville. Just a lot of opportunity here in this bull. Bancroft was a bull that everybody liked the daughters, but he didn't have a lot of them for a long time. So it's a different combination, Bancroft, Lexicon, Sambo.
Yeah, and I think I'd like to point out when we were in South Dakota last spring, how many daughters we see, or sisters did we see in this bull? All really well thriving individuals, growthy, plenty of strength, but dariness at the same time. So,
and his dam's still alive. His dam's still alive at Victory, Mark. Everything's there. Why don't you tell us about Skyfall, Mark?
So Skyfall comes from the Maury family in New York, or Unique, sorry, in Alberta. A bull that is rare because he's a Bosa son. So Chrome son is, or Bosa is a Chrome son. So we had this Bosa son out of the mat that's pictured there to the right of the screen. Back to a governor that's won at the Royal. Just a very deep pedigree with show winnings, but also cows that have the will to milk. This bull's 13-1 JUI. He's positive JPI at 6, positive 0.5 mastitis, 108 Zoetis mastitis. So he's a showcase bull with the Mastitis Resistance Pro logo. A2, just a bull that we thought was an outlier, very, very different, and not giving up the production numbers that we'd see in most of our type bulls nowadays, but a bull that we think could do a lot of good with a great pedigree and from a great family.
And I love the pictures that the team in Westby got of this guy that Leah took for us. And his LPI ranks high still in Canada. So a great opportunity here.
The next bull we're going to talk. Are you going to? I'll talk about him.
Yeah.
So the next bull we're going to talk about that we just released into our showcase program is the Bontino out of Comet, known as Commission. 8 on JUI. This bull has been a struggle for us. We brought him in. He made semen, so we have semen available, but we will not have any sexed. We have conventional semen only. I just would like to make that clear for everybody. But out of Comet, back to Veronica. I think you don't need any explanation on that one. Different being a Bontino son. But a bull that I think we're excited about. The bull himself was a very, very dairy, plenty of strength, stylish individual. I'm not sure if Herby's got the pictures on here.
I don't have the picture of him.
Okay, not a big deal. But I just wanted to bring into your attention a new release to our showcase program. I don't know if Herby you want to talk about it anymore, but just
it's Bontino brings the best of Australia along with Veronica. What's not to like? Great cow family behind Bontino back there. If you don't know, that's been around for generations. I saw the parts of the cow family back deep in 2005 when I went to IDW. So it's been around a long time, and a lot of people know that cow family down there. And there's daughters calving in the U.S. with good udders and scoring well too, Mark.
Yep. So he's making an impression on both Australia and here, and now we have a son out of Comet. So I'm pretty excited about this bull.
We appreciate you tuning in today. If you have any more questions, please let me know. We are going to talk about the pipeline because we don't want you to think we're totally out of hot new genetics coming. Some bulls that'll probably be December releases. A monster son named
Tyler,
Cerberus.
You got to tell us the name of these bulls now. You're just like Brent.
Cerberus. I got that one out, Mark. You want to talk about him?
Yeah, sure. So, however you say his name, Cerberus, is a monster son from a Thrasher Caracal that we talked about before. He's coming in when he's released. Right now he's at 183 JPI, 789 cheese, almost over 1,100 pounds of milk on 123 CFP, 4.9 productive life, 1.2 DPR, 7.4 JUI, 866 on the HHP, 948 Zoetis, DWP, but just a bull that I think we wanted to emphasize that we have coming, that we're excited for from the Primus program at Jersey Land.
The next bull I'm going to talk about is a bull named Stroud. You know what he's named after, Mark?
A Buckeye. Finally, we get a Buckeye name, not a Clemson name.
I do that, but you told me I had to. So
you got to share the love, man.
JPI, he's a Corsair son. 127 CFP, just starting to make some semen. So he'll be most likely a December release by the time he makes sexed. We just started using him on matings in the last couple of weeks. Bull that's over 1,000 DWP. Just a bull that has a lot of traits you like, plus DPR. Great productive life. 106 Zoetis mastitis. Everything seems to be right on him. Looking forward to having him in our program. Out of a Thrasher from 4J. And then a Listowel.
So our pulled lineup that we've been talking about still continuing to come on very, very strong. This pulled son is a monster out of a Triumph, out of the 93-point disco at Goff's. Heisner P is his name. He's 166 JPI, 742 cheese merit, 716 HHP, nearly 1,500 pounds of milk, 126 CFP, 3.6 productive life, 2.2 JUI, almost 1,000 DWP. Just a bull that we wanted to add to our proven lineup and wanted to bring to your guys' attention as we continue down this pulled road that we have been on, and I think we're going to stay on.
I believe he's an October or November release, so he'll be out before our December proof, Mark. A bull that I'm really excited about and have used as a sire father. The bull we're going to finish on our pipeline today is Ping. He's a Skalski son, out of the Jiggy, out of the Mueller we talked about earlier. 146 JPI, another pole bull, 1153 a milk, 1095 DWP dollars, 751 HHP. Just a bull that checks a lot of boxes. Really excited about the future of where the program is headed and what we have coming to offer you, our customers around the world. As always, it takes a team to put this together. We appreciate the communication team that backs us up doing this. If it wasn't for a couple of other people in our Sire department, Mark and Keith Gibson running the file and Mark Kern getting some programs put together for us, so we know what these ranks are and where we are and what we do, and makes us sound really good when we're doing this program. We certainly want to give them a shout out. Mark, you've been tied up with a lot of stuff this week in the marketing side of your role. So appreciate you taking time to join us today. We appreciate everyone tuning in around the world. Yes, Stephanie, we are naming some bulls after Buckeyes now, so you will see more of that.
Just took a little time.
But we're making it happen. But we're looking forward to football season again. Everyone is. Mark, anything you'd like to add to the group?
No, I think you pretty much hit it all, but I'd thank everyone on our team, Sire Department, Communications, Marketing. It takes a complete team to make this all happen. Would like to give a shout out to Mel and his team for their semen production and the guys in the barn. It's not just us. We're just the ones that sit here and talk about it. But there's a lot of behind the scenes, and I think we got a lot of excitement going forward and looking forward to what we got between now and December. And I guess we'll talk to you later in December.
Yeah, looking forward to that, Mark. Looking forward. Got some bulls on whole collect that we think could come along pretty nicely. Really excited about the future of the Jersey breed and where our program is at Select Sires and our family of companies. Looking forward to the future. And there is a lot of people behind the scenes, not only Mel and his team, but the lab team. And I mean, just everybody it takes to get semen out, and all our members and our distributors and fellow people around the world. It's certainly great to have the connection we have to get to the dairymen in a lot of different countries. We certainly appreciate everyone taking their time out of their schedule, and hope you'll join us again in December when we do this. But thanks, everyone, and have a great fall.
Thanks, everyone.